What's the smartest way you've tested your daughter's boyfriend? I pretended to be racist to see if he'd stand up to me, but what happened next changed everything. When my daughter Angela brought home her first serious boyfriend, Pete, I wasn't ready. She was only 19, and this guy was 24 with tattoos and a motorcycle. But what worried me most was how perfect he seemed. He'd open doors for her, bring flowers to dinner, and even helped me fix my garage door without being asked. My own father abandoned us when I found out my mom was pregnant with me. Then my ex-husband did the same thing to Angela when she was 2. I couldn't let history repeat itself, so I came up with a plan. At Sunday dinner, I started making subtle comments about Pete's Filipino background. Nothing directly offensive, just little jabs about those people and their different values. Angela looked horrified, but Pete just smiled politely. I pushed harder the next week, asking if his kind believed in marriage or if they just lived together. Angela started crying and left the table. Pete stayed behind, looked me in the eye, and said something I'll never forget. "Mrs. Walsh, I know what you're doing. My mom did the same thing to my sister's boyfriend. Tested him to see if he'd stand up to racism. Thing is, I'm not actually Filipino. I'm adopted. My parents are white." My jaw dropped. He continued, "But that's not why I'm here. 2 months ago, I found this in Angela's drawer while helping her move." He pulled out a pregnancy test. Positive. My heart stopped. She doesn't know I saw it. She's been trying to tell you, but she's terrified. Not of having a baby. She's terrified of ending up alone like her mom. That's why she hasn't told me either. I sat there stunned as Pete went on. "I've been saving for a ring since the day I met her. I don't care if she's pregnant or not. I care that she cries herself to sleep some nights, worried she'll never be enough for anyone to stay." He pulled out his phone and showed me his bank account. 5 years of savings nearly wiped out. Then he showed me the receipt for a down payment on a small house. I close next week. I was going to surprise her after graduation. "Why are you telling me this?" I whispered. "Because she needs her mom right now, not someone testing her boyfriend. And I need your blessing, not your tests." I broke down crying and told him everything. About my father, my ex-husband, my fears. He just listened. That night, I went to Angela's apartment. Before I could say anything, she blurted out, "I'm pregnant." Then she started sobbing about how Pete would leave her just like every other man in our lives. I hugged her tight and said, "Baby, Pete's not going anywhere. Trust me." 2 days later, he proposed in our backyard. Angela laughed through her tears when she saw the house keys tied to the ring with a pink ribbon. They got married last month. I helped Pete plan the whole thing, right down to the world's best grandma mug he used to tell me they're having twins. Yesterday, Angela called me crying again, but this time, it was because Pete had spent 6 months learning to cook Filipino food. Not because he had to, but because he wanted their kids to grow up knowing both sides of their heritage, even if it wasn't his by blood. Turns out I wasn't testing Pete at all. He was teaching me what real love looks like.